She checked the doors 3 times that night. She still doesn't know if it made a difference. In the autumn of 2003, a 19-year-old named Claire took a babysitting job in a quiet suburb outside Denver, Colorado. The family, a couple with 2 young children ages 6 and 8, had hired her through a neighbor's recommendation. It was supposed to be a simple night. The kids would be asleep by 9. The parents would be back by midnight. Claire arrived at 7. The house was large, isolated at the end of a cul-de-sac, with a long driveway lined by pine trees that blocked the view of any neighboring homes. The parents left instructions on the kitchen counter, along with a landline number in case her phone lost signal, which, they warned her, it sometimes did, out here. The kids went down easily. By 9:30, Claire was alone in the living room, half watching a movie, half scrolling through her phone. At 10:12 p.m., the landline rang. She almost didn't answer it. But something about a ringing phone in an empty house made her uneasy enough to pick it up. There was breathing on the other end, slow, deliberate. Then a voice, low, almost amused, asked her a single question. "Have you checked on the children?" Then the line went dead. Claire told herself it was a prank, kids from school maybe, who somehow knew where she was. She checked the children anyway, both fast asleep, undisturbed, and returned to the living room, trying to shake the feeling crawling up the back of her neck. At 10:41 p.m., the phone rang again. Same voice, same slow breathing beforehand, same question, word for word. "Have you checked on the children?" This time she didn't laugh it off. She called her older brother, who told her to stay calm, lock the doors, and call the police if it happened a third time. She checked the children again, still sleeping, still safe. At 11:03 p.m., the phone rang a third time. She let it ring for a moment before answering. When she finally did, the voice was different, no longer calm, no longer amused. It was almost frantic, almost panicked, and it said only this: "Get out of the house, get the children and get out. I've been calling from upstairs." Claire didn't wait to process it. She grabbed both children, still half asleep and confused, and ran barefoot down the driveway to the nearest house with its porch light on. The neighbors called the police. When officers arrived at the property, they found the upstairs phone extension in the master bedroom closet. Someone had been standing in that closet for hours, tracing the calls not from outside the home, but from inside it, on a second line the family hadn't mentioned to Claire, positioned less than 30 feet from where she'd been sitting the entire night. The man was never publicly identified. Reports at the time noted only that he had a prior record and had been surveilling the family for several weeks before that night. The parents, when they returned home just after midnight, found police cars in their driveway and their babysitter shaking on a stranger's porch, still holding both children. Claire quit babysitting after that. She still, to this day, does not answer landline calls from numbers she doesn't recognize. If you were in that house, would you have checked the closets, or would you have already been out the door after the first call? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to hear the story that started it all, the original case this legend is loosely based on, let me know below and I'll cover it next.